Why carry around the books when you can take just a few cards to your games? The Deck of Many makes easy-to-use and easy-to-transport quick reference cards for Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, containing information on monsters, weapons, conditions, NPCs, spells, and even a deck of many things. Go visit deckofmany.com and pre-order your set of animated spell cards today. Hello and welcome to the D&D Grandma and the Family That Games Together podcast. For more about our history, please check us out on Twitter at D&D Grandma or on Facebook at The Family That Games Together. We hope you have as much fun listening to our story as we did creating it. Now, sit back and enjoy. And we're back. Okay, so we are on our way back to Whitebridge with Serena, the Black Dragonborn, who is apparently an old teacher of Embers, and this group of refugees who is fleeing the coming war, apparently.
I'll walk next to her.
Okay.
I'm kind of going to be on the other side just because I'm nosy and I want to, know what's going on.
Okay.
So you've been traveling for 2 weeks?
Yes, we've been on the road for about 2 weeks, stopping at little villages along the way, and some people didn't believe the threat was as real as it was, and I fear for them, because they didn't want to leave their homes. Few came with us, though.
Okay. And I'm guessing Tor is walking ahead of us.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, yeah. So as far as we know, they're after this guy here, and they're headed this way for him.
The large one?
The large one with the red hair.
They're after him? Why? Whatever for?
We don't fully understand. I'm under the impression it has something to do with his past, his village, and possibly his parents and who he was or who he might still be.
Kazim sacked many villages along the way.
This is why it's a little fuzzy to us, and unfortunately it's a little fuzzy to him too. So we don't really fully understand. We just know that there was a bounty out for him. And we sent a note saying, we have you. And now we kind of poked a bear. But at least
It would appear you have.
we are prepared.
You always were a bit impulsive, Ember.
Ooh, was she? Tell us more.
Indeed, she was. And she relates a few stories of how Ember was a bit of an obstinate student, although talented.
Obstinate, you say?
Can I ask you a question? Has she ever used a spell that doesn't do fire?
I don't think so. She also goes and she whispers to herself and there's she's talking to someone.
Still in touch with Sam?
Mm-hmm.
So who's Robert?
Steven.
Robert Steven.
Robert Steven is my name.
Is he British?
That is not my story to tell.
I'm gonna peek my head out from behind my tree and just be like, so what's going on?
We're down the road. Come on!
You have to do the Danny DeVito run to get
Limber.
up to him.
Come on, Lemur. Jump on.
Tarzier. I was very specific.
If only she had a duck.
Ember,
You're gonna wait
I
up
told you that there were many
one
other
thing,
elements. Fire is lovely, but,
I do stuff.
What?
don't want to get...
I do daggers in the air.
You've
And I
learned
did
Cloud
the
of
thunder.
Daggers.
Did you not know the thunder that I just did?
Oh yeah, she did do that.
I did thunder and I teleported.
Thunder. You learned Thunderstep.
Uh-huh.
I've never been able to do Thunderstep. Good for you,
We
child.
stopped playing.
She's just been fleeing with refugees.
What else? I can actually do ice knife.
Oh, that's always a good one. It's one of the first ones I taught you. And this goes back and forth for quite a while.
Oh, and she has this ghosty magic hand thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mage hand, yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, it was impressive to me.
Right before your question, You see Serena cast, and she casts a mage hand.
There's that.
She casts the what?
Mage hand. You see a spectral hand come
Oh.
out, and she waves at you with the hand.
Excellent.
Oh, so cool.
So basic, yet so useful. Yes, Nulara.
What are your plans? What are you
Well,
intending to do?
I hope I can secure audience with the mayor. Is it still Lord Oakenhill? Is he still
Yes,
mayor?
it is.
Yes, I'm hoping I can secure audience, and I
And
hate to impose
well-
on him, but whatever aid he can give us,
We are his friends. We'll
And-
introduce you.
Absolutely.
that would be
Where
appreciated.
do you
Thank
plan on staying? I mean, that's a large group of people.
Whatever he has for us, if he has anywhere we can stay, I'm just looking for some sort of safe haven.
How many miles are we from where Oakenhill is?
There's a vacant
Said
sewer.
that we were.
Oh yeah. Do you?
we
I was
Yeah,
gonna
there's
say there's the
sewers.
sewers.
Oh, there's the vacant sewer.
I
sweet.
suppose if that's all there
The
is.
sewers don't smell. You smelled, so I'm
Thank
just saying.
Thank you so much.
The sewers were
for that
actually very
painful
clean.
Reminder.
The section of sewers you guys were in was actually very clean.
I said,
Your
to
shoes
her,
are
"Oh,
spotless."
Sewers doesn't smell. You smell. And she goes, "Thank you for that painful reminder."
Well, you had to give you a paper cut and pour lemon juice on it.
Jeez.
Okay, so maybe we should start going there now.
Yeah, we'll go there now. I don't.
Should we
think
go
we're-
then to the sewer so that we can accommodate them?
Maybe accommodate the refugees and then take Serena with us to
Right.
Oakenhill.
Right, I think that's a good idea. So let's all march back together.
Okay. And you make the several hour journey back. I'd say at some point you'd probably stop to get some rations just because it's been a while since you've eaten, and you don't want Tor to skip lunch. So,
We're hungry.
Can't
So-
have that.
you'd stop and have whatever rations you have on you, and then okay, so you would get back to the mayoral house. I'd say right before dinner time, like right before they'd be.
And Tor's hungry again.
Like,
I
yeah.
think we actually need to speak to not only Harback but the council.
So we
Okay.
need to speak to the council.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, first we'll see him and see if he can round up the council, but maybe tomorrow morning we can.
I think that's the best, yeah.
All right.
See him first,
We
yeah.
request a council meeting.
When you get back to the mayoral house, Norman greets you at the door, and as he's greeting you, you can actually see Harbeck coming down the stairs, probably on his way to the banquet hall to get whatever supper is being prepared for the people in the house. And, hello? Any new enemies at my gates I need to know about?
Not yet. On their
We
way.
don't think
We have
so.
an update though,
Do tell.
and then we noodles him. We tell him about the werewolves. We tell him, I think everything.
Debriefing,
He
right?
doesn't know about the encounter we had with Cormian, does he?
No, we did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we did.
we
We,
did.
we told
Okay.
the council.
Yeah, that's right. We did tell the council.
Yeah, they stopped doing the business.
He
So
still
he knows
hasn't
that.
surfaced, by the way.
Good.
Hopefully he stays in whatever hole he's hiding in.
Not likely.
I researched in the library, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
That is one thing I want to talk to you. It doesn't have to be right now, but I would like to know any property holdings that he has in this city. If I could get a list of his property holdings.
Make an appointment to see Lady Strickland. She would have those records.
Okay. My idea is that he's literally hiding somewhere. I want to go investigate and kick down some doors.
Okay.
Well, he could be hiding somewhere, but it could not be in this realm. We need to find that bit of dirt from Wildenheim that he has somewhere that he keeps getting back here with.
Agreed. Which is why I want
Yeah.
to look at what places he has.
Yeah, it's like, that's why all the wine had to be destroyed, just in case, you don't know, could have it in a random bottle somewhere.
Yeah. Is there a way that we can find a place for them to be?
And explaining the whole thing to him, you see right away. Oh yeah, we'll figure. I'll get with Norman and Joe. We'll figure something out. Maybe some of the servants in the servants' island can bunk in with each other, and we can free up a few houses.
I think that this is going to be a bigger problem. I think there's going to be more refugees coming to our city than the next 2 weeks.
When this guy's coming.
I don't know if maybe we can set up tents or something like that, or if there's fields.
Looks like I need to meet with Lady Strickland as well. I don't want to turn away refugees. They're coming here for safety. Safety they will find.
I'll help with the building
Thank you.
structures.
Thank you, Tor. I'm sure we could use the muscle. Okay. Is anything else in particular?
No, I'm going to invite Serena to stay with us in our house.
Okay.
We should warn the newcomers that are staying in Cormian.
Do we need to scare them
So
even more than they
they'll
are?
be on the alert.
I don't know about most of the city knowing about him. I think we really only told the
Merchants.
Yeah. Do you want to set up flyers? Have you seen this man? Please come find us.
Stick figure. Have you seen this?
Milk card. Any milk card?
I'm
You
gonna
look, you're giving me this like, poor child.
I'm gonna give that
You
a
sweet
big
summer
no.
child.
I mean, but you think with everyone who, all of the merchants who already know, and everybody who stopped with the business dealings, I'm sure rumors have gone out. Maybe not to the lower city, but I'm sure it's going to start to infiltrate the lower city soon.
Okay, I'm just gonna make a note of this so that if
Yeah.
it goes down,
I don't know if
can
we
later,
need
okay?
to start a
Just
Just like
panic.
a general causing thing, and I'm going to blame you forever.
We can still write him a note. If you want to write him a note right now that says, "Oops, never mind," we can. Or we can write a note from Tor. Haha, bitches, I got out. Like nobody.
Go ahead.
That doesn't
Make
sound like
your
Tor's
notes.
style.
That's my style.
I'll make a note.
All I
Make
know
your
is I'm
notes.
still a little rattled
Okay.
from
Well-
seeing that bear, so
Oh.
I really have to.
After this conversation with Harbeck, you're going to have 4 days of downtime in the
Okay.
city.
I'll
Okay.
help with.
I do want to
with
meet with
Tor.
Strickland about.
One second. Go ahead.
I think I'll stick around with Tor, helping out with the refugees, getting them settled.
Cool.
Okay, you're going to spend your days doing that?
Yes.
Some leadership.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that. Both of you. Ember?
I want to meet with Lady Strickland, and then even if I'm by myself, I want to scope out some places where he might have buildings that he owns.
Okay.
I'm not going to go in any of them. I just want to hear if anybody's in there.
Okay.
I don't want to sit idle, so I will go with Ember
Okay.
and we'll check out the places. I don't want to
Got
sit
it.
not do anything.
Umbra?
I want to pick up my fire arrows. I want to go to the potions place and get additional poison vials if she has any.
Everybody has a plan.
Okay. Fire arrows, poison. I don't think you have anything else on order. I think it's just your fire arrows.
Yeah, and then so my fire arrows were supposed to be ready in 2 days, so I should be able to get them
Yeah.
before we do anything else. And then I'm happy to, if you want me to if you find that something's a little tricky and you want me to stealth in or anything like that, you can come get me and I'll check something out for you.
Okay.
I am dirty, I'm smelly, and I'm bloody. So I'm going to go home. I'm going to check on my dad, the 2 guards that are guarding him. I am going to check on the family business and general business welfare as it
Okay.
applies to the city. And then I would like to accompany Ember when she sees Lady Strickland.
Okay.
I like to say if anything is unusual with the guards or anything, let me know, and I'll come by.
Okay.
All right.
We are all good,
Broken
right?
up.
We don't need any healing.
Well,
Everybody-
you'll
gonna
rest for the night.
Okay.
You'll rest for
And
the
then
night.
we'll get
Everything's
everything back, right? So.
Okay,
myself a
so I'm going to try and put this in the most logical narrative order I can. So,
Okay.
simple first, Umbra, you get your fire arrows.
How do they work again? 2d6s.
2d6 fire damage if it hits, that sounds right, yeah.
2d6 fire, and I can retrieve them.
You can retrieve them. You have 5 of them, and you can retrieve them. And I think you paid in advance, correct?
I did.
Yep. Okay, so they're paid for. You pick those up. You get your poison vials. If that was that what you were getting? You
Yeah.
wanted more poison vials. You pick those up. You can get 3 more vials for 45 gold.
Okay.
We'll give you this
Are
handy
there
dandy.
any children amongst the refugees?
A few, yeah.
A few. So, in these 4 days, we're maybe building or helping.
Yeah, just
I'll,
stretch my-
entertain the
I had it too
children.
bent up.
Okay.
Play some, pretend war games where they don't realize they're learning self-defense, but I don't want to scare them
Okay.
until the great threat comes.
That is adorable. Can Tor be a jungle gym?
Oh,
I
he
would just
probably
love
will.
to see little children climbing all over
Okay.
Tor.
I was going to
Sure.
make some tree houses for the kids
I'll go.
as part of those structures.
That's absolutely, you can certainly do that.
Okay, that's what I
That's
like
a
to
really
do.
good idea. I'll go.
That is a really good idea.
Self-defense as game. They won't know.
I'll play.
Okay.
I'll play music to
And
a
Tor
rhythm.
could just be
so they
there
could
and let them
stab.
climb on you.
Yes.
Yeah,
You'll
they'll
be
play
the-
with
be like
sticks.
this.
Yeah. Learn how to
Yeah.
climb, right?
Like
Be-
they're,
Use
all
your hair.
they're all hanging on me, right?
Right.
It
And
takes
they'll
a
use your
minute
hair.
because at first they're
Yeah.
terrified of Tor. They're just
The big
seems
teddy
there,
bear.
but eventually they're like they kind of get the hang of it.
Right.
and they're all climbing on him, and
The fur, they're pulling on the fur.
they're competing. You see one kid's like, "Hey, look, no hands!" and he's like hanging upside down by his legs off of one of Tor's arms.
Like,
Tor tries to sneak a little bit of workout in.
exactly. Meanwhile, I give them
Lightweights.
tree branches and
Lightweights.
try to teach them a little bit of a sword move.
And it works, and you teach them, and a few of them you have to catch. They're getting a little rowdy. You're like, no, too hard. Bye.
Exactly.
It's-
Even though
just-
Tor is big, but he can hurt.
Yeah, Tor does take, as you do when you play with kids, he does take the occasional nut shot.
Yeah.
Ooh. And you're like,
Nice
okay,
shot.
and Tor's just doing the.
Nice shot.
Give me a minute.
That's
And
a
you-
good idea, Sashim.
That's great. And you spend your days doing that, and you do assist with some building of
Yes.
some.
Yeah.
With the for
Downtime.
You spend 3 days of they're basically setting up. Not a tent city, but it's temporary. They want to try and figure out a permanent solution.
Right.
But they are setting up some tents,
It's
some canopies,
fortified.
just something to do some kind of shelter. On the 4th day, you both are actually pulled to the battlements, and you're assisting with the actual fortification of the city.
Okay.
And you can see that it's more than just what you've been seeing in the streets. Like they're actually working on they're building. I don't know the actual name for it, like what they had in medieval, but they're building those things with the wooden spikes to in case someone comes over the battlement. They're building that kind of stuff. They're setting up fire pits. This is a city that's getting ready for a siege.
Let's siege.
And even though neither one of you is strangers to war, you're both kind of like, oh shit, this is really happening.
This is
You're kind of having
serious
that
stuff.
Right.
on the 4th day.
Is this a castle or this is open
city
ground?
wall.
Is there a tent?
No, these are the city walls.
So the tent cities within the city.
The
wall.
tent cities
I'm
is-
trying to visual. Okay, I'm trying to visualize.
okay.
I thought it was outside.
No, they're
castle.
trying. No, they want to keep them
Keep
inside.
everything. No, obviously.
Yeah.
yes.
No, this is inside the city walls.
Right.
New Laura, you had a question?
Yeah, they're getting ready for physical warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, physical that you can see them.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody talking about Lord Carmian?
There's on the streets with the citizens. No one's saying a word. There are if you were to speak to any council members or anyone in power or any politicians, any of the high level merchants, yes, there is
Okay.
No one knows. No one other than the council really knows who he is or what he was. They just know that he is gone, and he is persona non grata. No one is allowed to associate with him, and for some reason, he is wanted by the council, as a criminal.
But they don't realize the danger.
No one knows that. But they all know that he is to you get the guard on site, he is to be arrested on site. They know that. Okay, meeting with Lady Strakeland.
Yeah, but I also want to do another thing that I forgot to mention. How many days do I have? I have 2 days?
You have 4 total.
4 days. So once each day, because I can only do it one day, one time a day, I want to practice pulling her, grabbing onto you and taking you up and putting you on a perch. Can we practice?
So training.
Training.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you can do that.
Or maybe even while I'm carrying you in the air, if you can knock an arrow or something like that. And if I pull you up and if I drop you, can you grab onto the tree and then set yourself up?
Okay.
So I'll mark that off as days of training for you.
Okay.
You're meeting with Lady Strakeland, not to roleplay every single, line of it, but you are able to get a list of the properties that he had built.
Okay.
Or that he had purchased, not built.
Okay.
And on the surface, it's very, standard.
Okay.
He
How
had
many are there?
he currently had bought 6.
6 properties.
And they're all commercial. One was going to be a lumber importer. One was going to be a winery. One was going to be perfumes and stuff. And it was all going to be Wildenheim goods that he was bringing in.
Okay, I want to go check out the wine one.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Now, you said you were just going to be outside.
I'm going to go and see if I can hear any rumblings.
Okay. Hold that one thought. I want to get Denise's question.
Yeah, just real quick. This band of refugees that I'm spending time with, what type of race are they?
Oh, it's mostly humans.
Mostly
but
humans. Okay.
You do have, and there is some variation. You do have some dwarves, some halflings, the one cat-like humanoid, 3 dragonborns, 4 including Serena. So 4 dragonborns.
Okay, 4 dragons.
And 1 family of hobgoblins.
Hobgoblins.
Yep, a mother, a father, and a baby.
Oh. Okay, and 1 family hobgoblins. How old is the baby?
Infant.
Okay.
Might have actually been given birth to on the road.
Okay. I just wanted to get it in my head what we have.
What?
Just when you said that, like your face went. Okay.
But then again, it's hobgoblins. It's like work in the field, pop out the baby, baby jumps up in the field.
Starts working.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
Like
Those are the ones I want to hire to work. It's wonderful.
The father
Where's Dyfus?
offers his services.
Vin
Okay.
apparently thinks that hobgoblins are fruit flies.
And for the most part, the refugees are either trying to be not noticed
Right.
or trying to be as helpful as possible.
Okay. And I take note of that then.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so Ember, what are you doing with these storefronts?
Sariel, Umbra, Nulara, and I myself, and probably Serena, are gonna go and check out the winery.
Okay.
I'd like to walk in. I'd like to go and see if it looks like it's been tracked. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it dusty? Does it look like someone's been coming and going?
Make an investigation check.
Why do I have to do this to myself? I need to start
I
playing
know.
a wizard
Rolling
that
dice
actually
in a
has
dice-based
investigation.
game, I'm telling you. Rolling dice in a dice-based game.
I noticed nothing. I rolled a 2. I'm an inquisitive person, but I really don't have the smarts.
It was perception.
Excellent.
Investigation.
Oh, investigation.
Investigation. Because you're looking for specific... She gave me, like, specific things.
13?
13. Okay. You're not hearing any movement. It doesn't... Based on just looking through the windows, it's a little bit dusty. It looks like nothing's been through here in a while. There's not a whole lot inside in the way of inventory. It looks like he was just beginning to start bringing goods in. You only see a few crates.
Can we get in?
You can try.
I want to get in.
Okay, the
We
door...
have Umbra.
I say the door is locked.
Hmm.
You could put Umbra to
Umbra.
work if you wish.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I picked the lock.
Okay, make a dexterity check. You can also add your proficiency bonus because of thieves' tools.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't take expertise in it, but you're still proficient, so you can add your proficiency.
I can add my luck stone.
Yes, your luck stone would apply.
17 plus 8.
17 plus 8, 25. So, Sariel, you go, damn it, it's locked. And Umber just, hang on. Bang. She's like, you think this is the first time I've broken into something? Come on now.
And I will steal a line from Sokka. I'm so glad we added you to the crew.
Door opens, and you open into a fairly empty space, save for a few crates of wine.
Are there any crates that are closed?
If you go up to them, they're all stacked against one of the walls, and you brush off a little bit of the dust, and it appears that they've been undisturbed.
Is there a second level or is it just one level?
There is a back room, which you go into, and it looks like there's some very, very basic shell-like furniture, like shelving that's totally empty, that looks like this would have been a stock room. Again, fairly empty, save for the crates of wine.
I would like to take my mage hand and push on the floor to see if there's any trapdoors that would have a basement.
Okay. Make a, you're using Mage Hand?
Mage hand.
Make a charisma check.
Hey now. 21.
21.
Levers.
No trap.
Poking. Knock knocks. Dang it, guys. That was a good roll. Alright, so this one's a bust.
So, what do we said? A flame? Or do we leave it?
Well, that escalated quickly.
I don't think it's necessary to light
That
a
became a
flame.
thing real fast.
I don't want the city to burn down.
Can we write a nasty message to him in the dust on the floor?
Haven't
You
we
have
learned enough about writing nasty messages off to enemies? I'm
do
just
that
I'm just putting that one out there.
I don't remember what you're talking about.
We have the Goliath sent.
Oh, yeah. That was not my idea.
I'm tired of this. Nobody said anything at the time. Everybody said, yes, sure.
Yeah.
Can I just say, during this whole thing, I'm picturing Nulara being like Scar in The Lion King. I'm surrounded by idiots.
I am against writing nasty message.
Alright. I was just gonna write suck it, Cormion, but alright, fine.
Yeah, let's poke the vampire.
I think the vampire's already poked.
I feel like we already poked and brought it in pretty good.
Oh, we did.
Do we want to check
Well-
the winery or the lumber place?
Yeah.
The perfumery.
Well, are you going to leave a message then,
Oh, hell no.
Amber?
No, because she's just gonna wipe it away.
You're right, I am.
Yeah.
Because
Because we haven't learned our lesson about messages.
you mean he's going to be easier on us after what we did to him if we don't leave a message.
If we
He's going to be
don't
easy on
tell
us.
him
I mean, we
something.
have a whole general of people, General Kalzine, coming here, and now we have refugees to protect. Can we kind of like focus our energies on one big bad at a time?
You have a point, but her leaving a message, it's not going to do anything worse. And he'll know we're still on his ass.
All right, you could leave the message. I would like it recorded. I am
In the notes.
against message leaving.
Wait, we would like to record in the
Notarize
minutes.
it.
I would like it recorded, notarized.
Is this such a crime?
Put on the temple of
Message
Put on the
leaving.
Temple of Paylor. Sariel did not authorize this.
Sariel did also
Sariel again.
authorize. Why don't you just draw like an inappropriate photo, like an inappropriate?
Oh yeah,
picture.
that shows how classy we are.
I will not be a part of that.
And inappropriate.
You leave a phone number, call this number, and have a good
Call
time.
Call Cormion for a good time.
During this whole exchange, Sariel walks out of this
What would
place.
you like
I am
to
out
leave?
of the
What would you like
winery.
to say?
That's good.
She walks out. I'm gonna write "Suck it, Cormion. Love Sariel."
Obviously, tore myself or
That is a
unaware
big
of all these shenanigans.
Yeah, you're in this. Yeah, you guys were not around for
Sorry.
this.
That's a sharp
It
stick.
sounded funny.
Wait a minute. Sariel cast detect thoughts and figured out what she was going to write. You stop it right now!
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
All right,
Wait.
we're gonna go over to the perfumery now. Lordy.
I'll speed.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, rinse and repeat. For the sake of brevity, I'll just speed it up and say, you're gonna get that everywhere you go. Some inventory was
Really?
moved in.
At all 6 places, there's nothing.
No coffins. No nothing. You do find some of them have basements, but when you go in there, everything's on the up and up.
I think he's not that close. I really do.
Maybe.
I think he's somewhere holed up,
Okay.
healing, not close.
So
'Cause
maybe
he's not
his
gonna take
name
the
is
chance
not
of
on
this.
paper of wherever he is.
Maybe
really
it was
wanted to
somebody who
know
he
his
had corrupted
contacts.
who
Yes.
signed off on
His
something.
contacts.
I'm thinking.
I'm thinking he don't have any. I'm thinking he's a loner. What kind of contact could he have?
All right,
Okay.
well, let's
He
go
brought.
find...
You're thinking he brought in dirt from his homeland.
Yeah, on
Okay.
that ship.
So let's go through the track. I'm gonna say we're all talking about this over dinner together as a group. Okay.
So we
That's
found
fine.
Sashim and
Okay.
Tor again.
Yes.
That's why you're coming back.
Bye.
Okay. So now let's walk through this. On the boat, there was some dirt. We go and we have lunch with him, remember?
Yeah.
And he had all those crates there in the mansion. But we burned all those crates and we didn't find any dirt. Right?
I wasn't there when you found dirt.
But we didn't find any dirt, right?
No,
But we burned all those crates.
if you wanted to, sure, you could
I
have
thought
done
we
that.
did.
I think they were at Lord Oakenheel's house and the guards were burning all of his
Oh, those!
belongings.
Yes, those were absolutely burned. Yes,
All
I
right.
didn't know you
But
meant
no
those crates.
dirt
Yes.
was found.
No dirt was found.
If anything, he has to have 1 or 2 close associates that take care of him.
Okay, let's talk to Wendell.
Can't be more than that.
Because Wendell was tracking him, right?
We can talk to Wendell.
Wendell was paying
we
attention
have
to his
to?
actions. Wendell might be able to give us a little bit more information
I think it's a good idea.
about who he saw, who came to the house, when did he ever leave with a little box?
But why wouldn't Wendell tell you until now?
Because maybe he didn't understand what he saw at the time.
Alright, you have to call him in.
I just poke my head out of the window. Wendell!
Yes, hey!
Jesus.
He heard
It's like he
you.
was right here.
He heard you.
Hey, Wendell, come on down for dinner.
You inviting me in? Oh, I don't mind if I do. Come striding right
I
in.
just don't like how he said inviting me in.
Yeah, I don't like that
I
either.
don't like how he just said that, and I'm kind of looking at him like... I haven't been around with Wendell for very long, so I'm like,
He strides right up to the door and walks right in. Good evening, hello.
I'm gonna take some of
Is
my
it
cold
dinner?
water and splash it in his face.
Hello to you too, Ember.
Well, that happens to everybody in this house.
We like to wash up before dinner.
We have very strict rules.
You've been around horses.
I can't argue with that. That's true. Yes. Where's dinner? Where's the food?
I'm guessing we have food. I was assuming
Food.
we did.
Oh, you feel? Yeah. No, yeah. That's fine.
Whatever we
I
have.
assume we have food.
Oh, he sits down and just starts double fisting whatever's out.
Yeah, cheese, bread, fruit,
You have one.
whatever.
Sariel's just kind of staring at him like, I'm not sure about you still.
To speed it along, we're gonna noodles him.
Okay.
Do you
Noodle.
know any of his contacts or anybody who he would entrust with something so precious?
Something like that of that nature. I can't imagine he would have. I don't think he would have trusted too many people with that. That's something he would have wanted to keep close. He's not going to keep a coffin with soil of his.
We
his
feel the
homeland
same.
somewhere
We
out
feel
where
the
it could be
same way.
found. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we feel the same way. But he needs at least two. Someone to put him to bed at night.
That's not necessarily true. He can get to bed himself. He can find his own way back to the coffin.
That's true. But I would think he needs somebody, at least one cohort's very close.
Maybe. I didn't.
You don't remember seeing anybody or someone
We-
disappearing
Nothing out
from
of
your
the
general.
Acting oddly?
We
The way that-
investigated a lot of members of the council, the upper city, the merchants guild, and we haven't been able to find anyone that wasn't on the up and up.
Okay.
Alright, well, we did a lot of research on that. Okay.
He just raises his wine glass.
Wendell, before you leave,
Yes, Ashim.
just make sure those refugees in the tents, they have everything they need.
We'll see to it. Absolutely.
They're good people.
Are they now? You've been spending time with them. I've seen you in the end tour.
Yeah, when kids were a little scared, so made some game out of protecting themselves.
That's a smart idea, Sashim.
Well, don't let it spread around, okay?
Of course not. Of course not.
Just make sure that, some of them are a little old. They may need some caring,
No problem.
healing herbs, all that.
I'm sure Lady Job is on it, but I'll talk to her just to be sure.
Yeah, and make
Thank
sure
you.
that there are some guards nearby. I don't want them to be exposed.
Oh, that's dumb. Lord Oxbane is all over that. So
All right, I have enough. You can go.
Sashim has a soft side.
I don't know. It was like after the woods, she was acting really strange, and now all of a sudden she wants to like help random people. It's really freaking me out.
She hasn't
Not everybody.
She hasn't reached for that
She's
great
smi-
sword when I
she's
speak
smiling.
recently.
Scary.
Are you sick?
I take holy water, I splash it in her face.
You want to try to put the water on the face?
I think we should all just take a quick splash. I spray everybody in the room.
I don't know.
Anybody burning or lighting up at all?
The children.
What about the children?
I don't know, just reminded me of my time before everybody was wiped out. So, they were tired.
You're never normally this sentimental. What's going on with you?
I don't know. It's something with that bear.
Are you worried about that?
Of course. We couldn't find a portal. I have a feeling it may pop up again.
I don't think you should go anywhere alone then.
I haven't.
Yeah.
It's always
Continue
safety in numbers.
that.
But anyway,
continue
then,
that.
But I think this other side of you is very nice.
if you ever spread that around as I try to play with my sword,
Oh, there she is. Never mind. I take
There's
it back.
the real
There she is.
Sashim.
There we
Yay!
just keep it under your fancy boots or
That's my girl.
hat or whatever the hell.
Okay,
Or
here
your
we go.
shower sparkles, okay?
Probably one night during the week, I'm gonna talk to Sariel. Not Sariel.
Yes, Sariel. Oh.
Samandriel, you mean?
No,
Oh, Serena.
Serena.
Okay.
Too many S's. Dick.
All right. When you go to find Serena. Mm-hmm. Okay. And they have like a big communal cook fire that they've made for the refugees, kind of made for themselves, with like the little huts that have been built and the tents and stuff like that. And Serena's sitting around the fire, and there's some kids there, and she's just casting little prestidigitations, little shapes of animals and mini fireworks.
I would have gone with Ember, being inspired by Sashim's good works,
Okay.
to go and just play my lyre
Okay.
for everyone.
It is very appreciated. You get a pretty good audience. People are appreciating a little bit of serenity.
And I just, as I'm playing my lyre and soothing music, I just crane my ear to hear what Ember and Serena may be speaking about.
Oh, that's funny.
So I'm playing my lyre and everybody's like, yeah. I was like, ooh, soothing lullaby. Everybody go sleep. All right.
You bitch. So I sit next to her and I say, after the fire, how long did it take for the city to rebuild?
We were able to put most of the fires out the next day, and after that, I mean, the city rebuilt what needed to be. Some certain buildings were lost forever, but we rebuilt as best we could. But it wasn't long before the Durgas were at our gates.
Does anybody know how the fire started?
No one knew for sure. No one knew how it started. No, we just woke up, and many people woke up and saw the buildings were on flames, and everyone just sounded the alarm. I was scared to death when I couldn't find you.
Do you remember the dreams I told you about with me and fire?
Yes.
Do you remember how I told you that I would wake up with the fire and you tried to help me control it?
Yes.
It didn't work.
Sariel plays a wrong note in the lyre and like...
Are you telling me you started the fire?
I did.
Child, why did you run?
I couldn't control it. I couldn't stop the fire. I couldn't control my flame at all. I ran as far as I could and I lit everything in my path on fire until I reached the ocean.
And she just reaches out and hugs you.
And then I tell her that the only reason I stopped burning was because Samadriel found me again and she's with me now.
Samandria never lost faith in you.
Sariel has completely stopped playing her lyre. She has it like kind of on her knee and she's like really just like looking.
Samandria never lost faith in you. I haven't either. And what if I always taught you? Fire is not the only element. But then you see she just turns and she opens up her cloak and she's fiddling through something. And she takes out a pouch. She says, there is a great enemy that is going to be at our gates within 2, maybe 3 weeks at the most. You're going to need all the help you can get. And that means things more than just fire. And she hands you a pouch.
Oh, Jesus.
When you open up the pouch, there is a piece of polished granite in it about the size of a tennis ball.
The Earth Rune? I don't know what it is yet.
No, you'll have to attune to it. Yeah.
And I tell her, there's more than just Samadriel talking to me in my head now. Once my flame was uncontrollable, she actually keeps my flame at bay. She is much stronger than me, so she helps me keep it at bay.
Good.
Without her, I wouldn't probably burn again.
Follow her lead.
And is it late at night?
This would be, I guess, the equivalent of maybe like 9 p.m.
Okay. So, I don't think she was with us a lot while I was practicing with Umbra.
No.
So, I say, for instance, and I release my wings, and I take a whole minute and I fly around and everything.
The kids are enthralled. They're like,
Wow!
They
And it's only a minute, but I fly around and I brush over the kids and
I just got them to sleep.
when you land, there is a look of just utter pride in Serena's face. You're going to be very powerful one day, child.
I have to ask you, Stephen is alive?
He was when I left. Him and the rest of the city watch were going to defend the city as best they could. We left before the army arrived at the gates, but they were on our way. We could see them. And
Why didn't he come with you?
someone had to hold the line to allow the refugees to escape. He would not leave the rest of the city watch.
He's alive. I'm not going to say who he is, because she knows. Why would I say it?
Because I just want to hear you say it out loud.
Uh-oh.
Who's Steven?
You're just going to walk over. Who's Stephen?
No, I've been sitting here listening.
If you actually ask, I will say he is my husband.
O-M-G.
You're married?
Yes.
You're there?
Am I there?
I'll allow it. It's a big.
Am I there?
It's a big moment.
She probably yells, "You're married!"
It's a big moment. They've been doing a lot with the refugees. I'll allow it.
Okay.
Technically, you didn't declare that you were going,
No.
but I'll allow it.
Okay.
Yes, if anyone is paying attention. So my story, my dreams woke me up and I was a big old flame and I just ran. And I didn't know if he survived the flame that I caused, so I just ran.
But he did!
And you must face that. You have to.
Yeah.
Not this minute, but you have to face that.
I was too afraid to go back. I didn't want to see the people that I killed or the people that I hurt or the people that I put their lives in danger. So I just ran.
Understandably so.
And I'm
But you
pretty
need to come to grips with it.
I'm pretty sure people, it's a mistake. It's not like you intended to set everything on fire.
It was
You're
an
a
accidental.
good person. And I think your genuineness is going to show through that, and you can go back to Steven and you can make lots of little flamey babies.
Flamey babies!
Oh boy.
No fan art, please. I don't want to see fan art of Flamey Babies. Please.
Flamey babies.
No fan art of that.
Oh, no.
No good can come of that.
Unless they show a nice little, cute, fat, chubby cheek baby with the finger and then the flame. I like to see that.
Or like Inside Out when the head like that would be cool too.
Like the Incredible.
Jack.
Jack. Yeah, that'll work.
Jack.
So
We
that's
all
something
make
that you
mistakes, but it's the past for a reason, and you've grown from it, and
Yes.
you're awesome because of it, and now look at you.
Why do you think I sleep in a stone room with a big thing of water over my head just in case?
So you're just going to consistently punish yourself for something you had no control over that you're gaining control over now.
I don't know if I can fully gain control over it. My fire grows every day, and I can have more and more fire and flame. You saw what I did in the woods to those wolves. It scares me every time.
It has to, and it's scary.
And
But
it's
you'll-
good.
You'll come to grips with it.
Scary
The
good.
appreciation of it
Scary good.
lets you know that you're growing from it and becoming mature from it, and you need to face it, but you can't live your life in fear. That's not a life at all. You then, if you're living your life in fear, look at these poor children. What example are you setting for them?
I don't think it's that fearful. I think it's sensible, being wise about not wanting to hurt people. We'll address
Go.
this after the gala.
Going back to my lyre. Ding, 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 ding,
Ding,
ding,
ding,
ding,
ding,
ding, ding,
Are
ding.
you going back to your...
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to my room.
Your
I'm
stone
gonna
room
take
with your
a-
water.
I'm gonna take a candle that I have, card Steven's name to it. I'm gonna put it up and I'm gonna light it for him.
Okay. You go back to your house, your cottage, and there will be a long rest. Sashim, may I see your character sheet, please?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Just first page.
Nothing good can happen from that. Just saying.
It'd be the easiest thing would be, that's fine. That'll work too.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I have fear.
I have fear
It's a
too. It could be a good
mistake.
thing.
Fear is a good thing. We just talked about this.
When you wake up on the morning of the fourth day, Sashim,
Oh boy.
dealing with some emotions and thoughts and feelings that you haven't dealt with in a very long time, you do feel a bit of a freedom and a bit of a release of something. And when you get your great sword and you go to grab your splint armor and you can feel it's warmer than usual. And there's a bit of a pulse of arcane energy in it. You've awakened your Ifriti splint armor. Your armor class is now 19,
Wow!
and you've gained resistance to fire damage.
What I get?
Oh, shit.
That means you take half of fire damage.
You can stand next to me now.
That's true.
As you get the sense that there's more magic hidden within your armor.
Wait, resistant to fire or immune
Five
to
resistance to fire.
Resistance.
Oh, my armor class is at
And
19.
with that, we'll take
That's
another
nice.
break.
Okay.
Thanks for listening to the D&D Grandma and the Family That Games Together D&D podcast. If you liked what you heard, please consider supporting the D&D Grandma Patreon, and feel free to check us out on Twitter at D&D Grandma. Thank you, and keep on rolling.